Everyone, session 51. You made it out alive. Thanks to water spirits or something.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of what happened last time, Caleb, why don't you read a little recap for us?
Alrighty then. Alright. Feywild, session 50. Victor Kane arose from the pool, covered in shadow and wearing a red-eye mask, and summoned a pair of shadow bears. Horace immediately picked him up in his T-Rex jaws, and in a triple counterspell, Red-Eye was not able to escape with Misty Step. In his fury, he reached out to Almyre, creating an arcane explosion that knocked her out, and bringing Horace out of his dinosaur form. When the party was significantly different, with the party in a significantly different place power-wise, they were desperate to escape. Jeatz had heard ancestral whispers coming from the pool. Horace followed suit and dove in. The pair of them were able to conjure power from the gash at the bottom of the pool. A spirit reached out of the pool and grabbed the unconscious Almyre with the hands of Victor as the cave tumbled around them. While traveling through the weave, Almyre found her brother's spirit, who said he was somewhere nearby the old man's power on the material plane. Jeatz heard his ancestral spirit saying they were free from the eye that was watching the weave. They were thrown into a village resembling Widdershins, except it wasn't quite. They took their time around and discovered that this was what Widdershins used to be, a village the village miracle that disappeared. Horace and Glitter shared a moment together where he expressed his frustrations at Victor getting away. Leica Greenroot showed up, saying he was the steward of the village and fed them. Jeatz sacrificed his Feywild shard, allowing Leica to infuse it into a crown that could store a spell. Almyre said she had come to terms with her dad being dead, but Jeatz and Horace had told her that the time differential was what had been keeping him alive.
Yeah, not like he's the only reason that you guys were even working through the material plane at any kind of pace.
Yeah, only now, with the ward weaving dead, it was at risk. Then the party strolled around the village and, using the lens of time, discovered that Victor Kane was the reason Widdershins disappeared into the wild. Thanks to Jeatz catching up some whispers by the fountain, his magic circle revealed an image from the wild. Bronto and Guinevere saying that the darkness was being held at bay by Lady Lorena. The party rested, leveling up.
And that's where we are now. Alrighty.
What is the biggest chain, the longest chain of counter spells? What's the world record, I guess, for that? Because
on an actual
using
play?
3 was wild. Like,
Yeah.
has it gone further than 3?
Oh, I guess you need like
As many people,
as many wizards,
Party.
and well, I guess sorcerers also count, as you can get your hands on.
It would be number of people plus 1, because there's a spell that has to trigger it, and then everybody has reaction.
But enemies could also do it. I mean, it's
Right,
rare.
that's what I'm saying.
I like to have enemies with counterspell just because I think it creates some dynamism. But it's very rare for an actual stat block to have counterspell in it. So you're not going to come across a monster with counterspell often. So then it's basically on how many players can you have counterspell.
Which would only be whatchamacallums.
But you probably wouldn't have multiple wizards or sorcerers. You would really only need one in a party. I mean, I guess unless you're doing like an all wizard campaign or all sorcerer campaign, maybe something crazy like that. But then you might be like, well, we don't all need to take counterspell, but anyway,
If you had a big party and you just had a bunch of people that were like wizards and sorcerers and they just all counterspell and you just like really fuck the DM up.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make sure we're always prepared.
That's what when
next campaign, let's just all be
all wizards. Oh my god! I mean, I would wipe you guys early on. I think.
Oh yeah, we died real early. When in the critical role, like the first campaign, they only had one with counterspell, and they were facing a wizard at the very end, like Vecna, I think. And they just had that person just stay within 30 feet. And just the whole time, anything he did, counterspell.
Well, that's the way to do it.
That is
Someone
weird.
keep him alive.
Alrighty, get into business here. So you guys have a nice long rest. Like I said, that he would keep watch out for the night, since he was well rested. With that said, you have a new crown. I'll let you store a spell in it overnight if you'd like, or you can do it early in the morning. I'm not sure what kind of spell slots you guys ended up with before you went to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. So if we do that, what are the rules around that again? I think I know what I want to do, but
it consumes the spell slot, maintains the spell attack or spell save DC of the moment it was cast.
So it's like it was cast, but it's just like a delayed.
Yeah, and then the wearer of the crown, whoever's wearing it, can use a bonus action to release the spell as the point of origin of it.
It's just one, and then we could store, and then it's gone, and then when we go to bed the next night, we could store another one.
Mechanical question for
rest.
you, Avery.
You can recharge it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mechanical question.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do we level up? Like, do I have to have truly slept to have level up, or can I use my new spell and not have lost it in the morning?
I would say you guys escaping the encounter from Victor would have been the moment you leveled up. So
theoretically, I would have had it overnight.
You would have gotten a spell slot, right?
Okay.
Before you went to sleep.
I would like to propose to everyone that I use my new spell slot my new spell that I just got, Plane Shift, and put it inside of the crown.
Interesting, but that's
which would free up a 7th level spell slot for combat.
What do you mean 7th? You have 7th level spells?
Sure fucking do.
Holy shit!
Yeah, spell level 8 and 9. Well, 9 comes at level 17, I think.
Yeah, no, 18. I think it's 16 and 18.
Okay. Yeah, you'd know better than I.
I mean, I assume you have a plan with that.
I would. My concern is I think I would rather have a combat spell in the crown. That way, if we're in combat, we could possibly use 2 7th level spells.
That's
rather
true.
than one of them be plane shift, and we may not get around to that right now.
You just have a spell in the crown and anyone can cast it.
So the crown is the point of origin. So if you do fireball, whoever's wearing the crown is the center of the fireball.
Yeah.
And if it's a touch spell, the person wearing the crown would be who it's touching.
So anyone could cast it. It's just that one. Like if I was wearing the crown, I could cast it.
No, the crown casts the spell. You just release it.
I would. I would. The person who put it in there triggers.
On my turn, I trigger the crown to cast it.
Correct.
That would be the one. Okay.
Yeah. So
even if somebody else put it in.
Yeah. So a ranged spell could not be pointed anywhere else. It just goes out. Okay.
I get that part. I just wanted to make sure if I was wearing the crown, then I could trigger the crown.
Yeah. So haste, for example, would be cast on you. You would bonus action cast haste on yourself, essentially. Or I guess bonus action activate the crown casts haste on you.
But I guess I'm fine with plane shift. If you got, I'm not sure what planes you have, but I think it may be useful to put it with a spell that could be useful in combat that maybe anyone could, we could pass it or toss it to somebody.
Trains and automobiles, my guy.
What 7th level spells do you have?
Planes.
Okay.
Shift. I just got it.
Sixth level.
Let's see.
Well, it's gonna be hard to talk Caleb out of putting plane shift in this.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it.
And then he wants to do it.
Disintegrate. So technically level 7 spells. I have Absorb Elements, Chaos Bolt, Counter.
What's the wording of disintegrate? Would it just
funny
disintegrate the person wearing the crown?
A 7th level counter spell.
No.
It's a touch. Counterspell's a touch spell. I
Yeah,
think.
so you'd cast Disintegrate on yourself.
Yeah. You're really fine.
No, disintegrate's a ray, right?
Creature within 60 feet of you casting this spell. So it would, since the target would be.
Oh, you know what? That's an interesting caveat. So.
Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong. That was.
With a touch spell, I assume.
A green ray springs from your point to a
I would
target.
assume the crown is the trigger, but then it's the person holding the crown touching that person. It wouldn't be because I'm about the crown touching me that I'm.
Yeah, because also
touching
disintegrate
me,
doesn't
so
work
it's like
on
triggering the spell, so it would like disintegrate me.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance to spellcasting. I tell you what, I think just because I like the rule, I'm okay that the crown maybe allows the user to cast the spell instead of it being like forced to be the crown as a point of origin. I mean, I was just thinking about like Fireball, right? Like it would seem crazy if Horace is like, actually as a bonus action, I cast a 7th level Fireball.
I mean, I would be fine with retconning it with you do it. The person who puts it in there is the person who casts it, but then the point of origin is just where it is, but not necessarily where it lands.
Right, but the nuance of someone choosing a point within 150 feet for Fireball versus choosing a target within 30 feet for Disintegrate. I mean, I don't just want to draw an arbitrary line. I want to like put rules in place that way it is fair for the rest.
Would you allow though, if it was Fireball, if I cast Fireball and then toss the crown?
That we could do delayed Fireball. That'd be the weirdest version of that spell.
So like you cast it as you see the Fireball coming from the sky, you throw it and it's like targeting the crown.
Yeah,
it's a homing beacon. Yeah.
That would be pretty. That'd be pretty. Sick.
Yeah. I didn't even think about all of these possibilities. Because at that point, then the only use of like, if I say it has to,
I'd be fine if you want to be like, I'd be fine with it. Like, if you cast Fireball, it lands on the crown. I guess my question was like more towards touch.
I think if it's targeted, or if
where's that line?
Well, touch would be whatever. I think touch is easy. Whatever the crown is touching is the touch, because the crown is functioning as your hand. So then, I think if you just make the rule the crown functions as your hand, it cleans everything up. So if it's a ray, it can go as if I'm standing on top of Horace's head. But then if you make it area of effect, the point of origin is just the crown. Always.
Okay, and that helps to nerf a spell like Blight, for example, which is touch only.
Right. Like a crown, the crown can't point to, couldn't point to something, but when it's touch, it's touching you, so you're kind of like you're able to kind of touch an object on behalf of the crown.
Well, so we're saying the other way. We're saying the other way, Sean.
So if I cast Disintegrate, I can cast it in a direction.
Oh, okay.
If I cast
the direction thing,
if you cast haste, it has to be on you because you're wearing the crown.
Right.
So touch So Caleb's understanding of the crown as the hand makes sense because it's always either touching your head or the hand is the point of origin for a ranged spell attack.
Well, and haste is probably a bad example because haste is choose creatures.
Oh,
and
sorry.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I thought haste was touch.
Because you can haste multiple creatures, I think, in once with upcast.
Casting.
I was not aware of that. So I guess healing.
I think you can. Yeah, like healing.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds would be. But then Fireball, I think anything that it's just I think the caveat is if it's choose a point, the crown is the point. You don't get to choose a point.
So you want to say the other way then? I
mean, I'm fine.
Go back to what I was saying.
Well, I was doing a hybrid, but I'm actually totally fine with the way I viewed it, which is if it acts as your hand.
Because I'm thinking if there's we've got two ways we can do this. Column A is the crown is your hand. Touch spells have to affect the wearer of the crown, but they otherwise can cast a ranged spell.
From that
it's stored.
Starting from that point, I prefer that.
That seems weird to me.
Okay,
I
so
can cast
Sean's
a ranged spell, but I can't touch.
so Sean's concept is a ranged spell. The wearer of the crown is the point of origin for whatever that ranged spell is. So a fireball, for example, has to explode on whoever's wearing the crown. But they can use their hand as the touching the target using the crown to have the spell flow through them into their hand to do like
It's funny. I don't think that makes sense.
That makes more sense to me because the crown is touching you. It's part of you. So whatever you touch is the crown touching that thing. I get not being able to point to something because the crown can't point to something. So it's kind of like, all right, on me.
The spell just explodes
that's where I get that's where I guess your way doesn't make sense.
Fortunately for you all, there's a third person in your party. So Austin, what do you think? Is the spell the hand?
Person who can't make decisions ever make a decision.
Is the spell the hand, is the crown the hand, which is Caleb's original view, or is the crown the point of origin, which is Sean's view?
I guess the question is, do you want it to be Sean has to run in to make fireball explode with him around it, or can Sean act as the initial point to extend the distance of fireball? Like, let's say I'm 100 yards away, and Sean is 100 feet closer, so we can now extend fireball much closer.
I think I like that better. However, if we're going by what Avery's original intent was with this, then Sean's interpretation is closer to what I think Avery intended.
It is.
But obviously, I would love to be able to send Sean in there with a fucking fireball.
Well, either way, Sean can do the fireball. It's just whether it explodes on his head or he can target.
Yeah. Obviously, I'd rather it not target him because.
I mean, I would rather it did. I think that's funny, but.
Hey, with spells and potions, we could make myself a little more resistant to whatever fireball.
That's true. We find
I decided to do that.
A fire immunity or something, and.
Oh yeah,
I'm totally fine with
Avery. I think this is up to you. This is up to you because we're not nailing on.
Okay. I prefer Sean's interpretation of the crown as the point of origin for ranged spells, but the wearer can use their hand for touch spells on another target. Okay. So
Here's another way: is it could work with ranged and touch spells, where we could.
I think that is a little too OP.
Okay. I was gonna say like if I had like a gem like on the crown, middle of the crown, it would kind of come out of like the gem and kind of do a ranged spell kind of like that.
Yeah, I turn the crown and go.
It's a laser gun as well, so.
Sorry, I'm just taking notes here.
So now that we discussed that for however long, we have to decide what fucking spell we're going to put in.
We're streaming right now.
I should have thought about that earlier. Okay, so now what spell is going in there?
I think we debated about Beppo for longer than this still, but
Beppo was like 40.
That's true. Okay, so that being said, my 7th level spells again are Plane Shift, Sleep, Thunderstep, Fireball, Disintegrate, Counterspell, Chaos Bolt, Absorb Elements.
I have to think about them with the rules. I would be willing for an epic moment to cast Fireball on myself, so we won't cross that out as an option.
Thunderstep feels like a good escape plan for Sean.
Oh, sure. Thunderstep as a bonus action would be dope.
Because it's not an action.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought is Thunderstep an action?
Thunderstep is an action, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd be down for that.
I'd be down for that. I like that.
Or counterspell, but I don't really want to waste. I mean, not a 7th level counterspell. Also, by the way, that would be
teleport 90 feet. Oh yeah, Thunderstep is huge. Jeez, 90 feet and 3d10 thunder damage.
That would be pretty sick if I had haste and then I cast that and I was able to just go nuts.
Oh, if I haste you, oh man.
Thunderstep. I'll have focused Thunderstep in there.
Okay. At what spell level?
Level 7.
Okay, Jesus Christ. So that is
78, and it's an 18 con save.
7d10.
Sorry, 7d10.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Is that damage in a radius around me when I
Yes,
10
it's a 10-foot radius or around you where you leave.
where I leave?
Yeah, not where you
okay.
arrive.
Jeez.
And you can take a person.
Oh,
That might become a party staple. Jesus Christ, that's pretty dope. Okay, so
and are you
Yeah, this is gonna become the crown of
giving me
Thunderstep.
the crown now, or are you gonna hold on to it?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'm gonna. I'll make a show of it when we wake up.
Okay. Welcome back, folks. No, I didn't know. No, I didn't do that.
Welcome to maintenance in D&D, where we talk about whether the fucking item that Avery created is balanced or not.
Yeah. I'm
We're actually
not so
ending
sure
here.
now. Okay. So just to recap, the crown will be the point of origin for ranged spells, but the wearer can channel spells using their own touch to other creatures. And then Caleb, you're storing your 7th level Thunderstep in the crown that you got before, because you leveled up before you went to sleep.
Right.
Okay.
But I do have that spell slot back, which is
because
we
long
slept.
rested now. Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty. So with that said, again, Leica was watching over you last night. He's made some stew for breakfast, but as you wake up, you see that he's no longer in the cabin, and he left a note that says, "Gone for the day. Best of luck on your adventures."
Just in the forest,
I walk
leaves
out.
us with just a note.
Yeah. Do I smell any breakfast or anything?
Yeah, he made you some stew with the leftover.
Oh, sweet.
Idea.
There's some bone broth kicking around in there.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I walk out and I go, oh, that smells wonderful. And I sit down and grab a bite of stew.
Oh, I grab some stew as well. Let's see. So, I guess our plan is to go to Marshven. I guess now that the Weave Warden is dead, you guys have any ideas on kind of what our game plan is now?
I mean, I might have something that could come in handy later, but maybe Marshven is the best move for right now. I think we need to get some answers.
I guess what I'm most conflicted is, do we destroy the tower in Lucivatus? Did I get that right this time?
Yeah, you did. Good job.
The Lucivatus tower, or do what we need to do in Marshman and head back to the Fae?
Is Lucivatus, is that the big tower like with that we snuck up in from?
That's somewhere
mountain?
else. This is a different
No.
tower it's causing the mind, I guess.
The thing that's making us all forget.
Yeah, it's people forget. Yeah, it's a mind altering
Oh.
spell.
Oh,
Light Watch was the other tower that we were at.
That's where I was.
Hmm.
Yeah, Light Watch is where I was imprisoned, and I would rather not think about it. So thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, I don't think like the Lucivatus. I don't think is necessary. I think our biggest priority is Marshven.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's my plan. I guess after Marshman, do we go for Lucivatus Tower, and potentially we maybe weaken Arizel's power here before then going to the Feywild, or do we skip Lucivatus and then just go back to the Feywild? Obviously, these decisions, based on what happens in Marshman, we can kind of, see what's up. I'm not sure if you guys had any kind of thoughts now of what you were thinking about this whole situation.
As Horace is speaking, a very loud thundercrack occurs as I cast Thunderclap.
Holy shit!
And can I sleight of hand the crown on top of Horace's head?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Roll me a sleight of hand, and Horace, roll me a perception check. since you're unawares with this loud crack of thunder.
Can I have advantage because I've distracted Horace?
30-20.
Sure. Yeah, you might need it.
Yeah, it definitely. Oh, never mind. 21. Yeah, 21.
Oh, okay. Wait, so does Horace not know that there's a crown on his head right now?
No, I'm gonna use the thunderclap as a distraction, and I'd like to do no damage. I'm not trying to do the damage part of the spell for the record. Okay. And I'm just like, whoa, and then I'm like, Horace, what's that? And I point to the crown that's now on his head.
Oh, this new tattoo I got on my chest? Glitter actually gave it to me last night.
No, that's well, okay. Well, that's actually quite interesting too. We should talk about that later. But what's this thing on your head?
Oh, my head?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh,
new bling.
I don't know. Where'd this come from?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the Christmas fairy came last night.
This is a gift from the Fae. I'll wait for a sign.
I'm just kidding. I actually made this for you, buddy. It's a crown. You know, that thing we did yesterday.
God damn it, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, you know that crown that Leica made wasn't.
I'm still waking up. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So you know how you can't cast spells? Well, guess what, buddy? Now you can cast exactly one spell.
Oh yeah. I don't want to use it because I.
Yeah, well that's okay. That's okay. You probably shouldn't use it. There's just so you know, you should be real careful. There's a 7-level fireball stored in there, so
some crown roulette. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you should definitely run right into the middle of everyone and just cast that bad boy.
I run in the middle of you two. All right.
There's a lot of thunder cracking. He just teleports 90 feet.
No. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not fireball. It's thunderstep. If you need to get a quick escape, it'll do a little bit of damage around you. You know.
All right.
Just want to make sure you're okay. I know you almost went down last time, so.
Yeah, saving your ass. All right.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't really take any damage, so it sounds like a you problem.
I did go down.
Horace, you ate shit when you hit the dirt. If you remember,
I think we have to take into account
by the
I
ground
think we have to
yesterday.
take into account the battles before the last battle. Okay.
Well, you can't cherry pick.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I'm saying over all battles that we've been together in.
Horace, listen, even your girlfriend is telling you that you're wrong. So.
Why? Hey, I don't have a horse in the race.
Do you have a Horace in the race?
I go okay.
Horace is going back to the bridge to solve.
Wait, no, go ahead.
I look over at Glitter. I'd be like, "He didn't deny it," and I give her a wink.
She blushes a little bit.
I see that.
All right.
I walk back to the bridge.
Okay, so where are we going? We going to
sounds like
Marshfen?
we're going to Marshfen.
Gonna go find the
Marshfen,
eclipse. Okay.
That's the other. I have a teleport portal to there, right? Like that was what we talked
so
about.
yeah, so
Okay,
that is the
yeah.
second location when we
That I couldn't go to before.
Yep, or that
Okay,
you were
cool.
steered away from. I would say there wasn't a. Okay.
It wasn't impossible, but it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, if you'd all like to join me, I'm your Airbnb Uber combination. Do we have anything else we need to do here before we get going?
Is that an Uber you can sleep in? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh boy, it's 100% an Uber you can sleep in. I cast sleep. No, I'm just kidding. That's 7th level.
Oh my god.
She's a pixie, so I'm pretty sure she can't fall asleep to magical.
No, I
Magical
don't
sleep.
think she can.
So it doesn't work.
Alrighty. Cool. So you I guess yeah. So you conjure these magical runes in your mind, this sort of like this memory that you didn't know that you had as you start to cast these spells. These runes come back to you. And you open up this portal in front of you, this blue swirling energy, sort of a tendril on the weave, as it were, is ready to accept you. If only you would step in.
Okay.
Alrighty, cool. So you step through the portal and...
Okay, so I have cast my 6th level teleport or whatever.
You know, I couldn't remember I wanted to do this.
5th level teleportation circle.
So here's what we're gonna do.
What's important is I need to roll a d20 real quick.
Ooh. Oh yeah, before you step through.
Yeah. No. Oh no, I was at a 3 and I rolled a 3. Oh god.
Well, luckily for you, you haven't stepped through the portal yet, but...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because I don't think it's concentration.
Not quite.
Okay. We're gonna starting low, boys. Oh god.
Oh no.
As I complete the teleportation circle, I'm doing my chants and everything to make it happen. Suddenly I go silent, and flower petals start falling out of my mouth. And I'm completely silent.
Oh, like instead of speaking or making sound, flowers are just coming out
Yep.
of...
Mm-hmm.
Yep. How long does that last for?
A minute.
A minute? Oh.
Yeah.
Just imagining this. And all right, we should be good to. Blah, blah.
Jeatz, are you okay? Oh boy. I've seen this happen in time and two. Just let it pass. Just let it happen. It's gonna feel horrible. Your stomach's gonna be terribly upset. But just give it a moment. It'll pass. Okay. Okay. Glitter flies over and starts to pat you on the back as she does a few more petals fly out.
I didn't think you liked him.
Almyre is laughing so hard that she has to double over and roll into the teleportation.
Yeah. I'm having a great time, guys.
Well, all right. Well, we'll just step through here. Okay. It'll be better on the other side. I don't know why my motherly instincts are kicking in, but it just looks like torture.
Have you gone through this several times yourself, Glitter?
Well, once or twice. Pixie magic isn't perfect, Okay, so
yeah,
I would say so. Glitter's urging you through the portal, but if you want to wait for a moment,
no, because the portal disappears in a minute. So
so you have to step through like.
Yeah, I have to step through.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
All right. Oh boy, I'm sorry. I'm looking for the correct. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so Horace and Almyre, Horace, you step through the portal. Almyre, you roll through the portal. As you do, you fall like 3 feet onto the floor of some house. Horace, you step through and you stumble. Roll me a dex save to catch yourself as this teleportation circle on the other side is elevated a few feet off the ground.
All of us?
What now?
Was it all of us?
Just you. Right?
Yeah, Almyre just fell to the floor
I
because
fell.
she's rolling.
Yeah.
But Horace, roll me a dex save.
9.
9, you fall to the floor, and you're going to take 2 bludgeoning damage as you stumble, fall on top of Almyre.
Come on.
And then
I'm
Jeatz,
sorry.
as you step through the portal, also give me a dexterity save.
Okay.
DC 10, so, not that hard, but...
Well, things just aren't that complicated. I got a 10. Yeah, I passed.
Okay, so you step through the portal, stick your head through first, see that it's a bit of a drop, and you're able to jump in. And as you step through into this portal, here's what you see. You're suddenly thrust into this cozy room. The runes on the wall that are behind you. They glow faintly with power. This room smells musty, but familiar. And it's full of eyes you haven't seen before, except you, Jeatz. You recognize a face perhaps from a long lost memory as it morphs into someone that you think that you've never met. But the eyes, you just have a sneaking suspicion that you're related to this person in some way.
Teleport in this room and there's people there?
Can I make my eyes change to gold when I see that?
Yeah. So if you guys want to drag your tokens here, you can, since it's just a static map.
Where's my token?
I drag my eye. So I good morph. Forgot about this. I make my eyes turn to gold. Oh god. Oh, what have I done?
Oh, I'll lock it.
Yeah, morph is under there. It's fine. We'll delete him later.
Okay. So yeah, this one that you've never met looks at all of you, kind of startled, but Jeatz immediately locks eyes with you, sees that your eyes change color, and hers also change from this greenish color to a gold to match yours.
I look at her and I say, "Oh my god, you're one of me." Except I don't say that, and flower petals fall out of my mouth.
Oh, child, what has gotten into you? Come here, come see your Aunt Raina. Clearly your friends here are not helping you. And she gets up and walks over to you and kind of caresses your head and is checking you out.
When the portal closes, my spell ends because it's 1 minute.
It would be 1 minute.
Yeah. So the portal closes and I'm like, oh, that was weird. Oh, okay, sorry. Are you a changeling?
You don't recognize me? Your Aunt Raina?
I mean, I do, but I don't. Does that make sense?
Oh, why yes, child. It makes more sense than you know. Please, come take a seat. And she invites you to sit at the table. You must have gotten my message then, that the portal was now free of watchers, of sneaking eyes.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. I unfortunately know that your mother could not make it, and I'm unsure of your father. But the fact that you're here means that your mother was successful on her mission, I suppose.
My dad didn't die, right? He just
correct. Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, he's just hamming it up in Nestleton out in the Autumn Court.
Yeah, he just wasn't feeling well when I got there, but then I helped the arch. Okay.
Magnus. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, my mother, no, she's she passed away, but my father is doing well. I assume I haven't seen him. I saw him briefly where we helped him a little bit ago, but we were in a different plane.
Yes, I'm quite familiar. I've never been there myself, but I know all about it, and I'm just unsure how much your mother told you before she was able to pass, but I will share what I know if you'd like.
My mother kind of just passed. I wouldn't say suddenly, but not unsuddenly, I guess.
Yes, I'm not sure what sort of form the curse would take. It is upsetting that she didn't pass swiftly, but perhaps it gave you a few more moments with her after you passed into the wild.
I touch on the armlet that I use as my like power, like spell cast focus. That was my mom, and I just go, yeah. I mean, a little bit, yes.
Oh, and pardon me for being so rude. I just clommed on to the only relative in the room, as you do at family reunions, you know. Who are your friends?
Oh, yeah. I point to Pascal on my shoulder, and I'm like, this is my best friend Pascal.
Oh, what a cute little fellow! Look at him. He's so
yes. I honestly don't. Well, he's also from the material plane, or from the Feywild, because this is the material plane that we're currently on. And this is, I point to Horace, and I go to this. This is Horace, Sir Horace, who also is actually originally from here. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, sir. Befriending a knight is always a good idea, yes.
And then this, and I point to Almyre, is this is, I guess at this point, maybe Queen Alara, but she goes by Almyre with us. And her
of the Semi-Court.
Yes,
Oh.
she's yes.
Oh, lineage of a great fae. Wow, it is an honor to have you in our home. Please, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to go fetch us some wine. I have a bit of a story to tell, Jeatz, as it seems like you don't even know the story of your own lineage, so I might as well share what I know. The Changeling oral tradition is quite strong.
And she covers her mouth.
Your friends do know what you are, right?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're what? A changeling? What?
Changeling?
Oh, you.
Horace pukes.
Oh, yeah, your friends do know what you are, right? A Republican?
Horace, he pukes again.
Make Feywild great again.
Elmyra casts fireball on herself.
Just blow the house up.
Horace thunderclaps out of here.
So Aunt Reyna leaves the room for a moment. So if you want to share a word before she comes back, you may.
Who? Who the fuck is this?
I truly
We're
want
secret
you to
of
understand
person, so
that you have as much information as I currently do. Other than maybe same amount of information confirmed.
did you get your
this-
memory wiped or something? It seems like you only know your mother and your father, and you're also not sure what happened to them.
Well, all I remember from my mother is that
She got sick and died when you were young.
Yeah, she was sick. She, back when I lived in Wittershins with my father, like, obviously we were the only changelings,
Nettleton.
but Nettleton, that's where I'm from too. Back when I lived in Nettleton with my father and mother, like, the community embraced us and they knew what we were, but they allowed us to blend in. But I don't know, that my mother was just had some kind of curse that slowly killed her, and you've met my father. He's a very interesting guy, very charismatic, as you'd expect. But I never really understood what happened with my mother. It was honestly kind of sudden. I mean, sudden in the sense of I never understood.
Reynolt walks into the room with a decanter of wine and some glasses, and she says,
Well, all will be revealed soon enough, my dear nephew. We all comfortable? Ready for a little story time?
Yeah, I'll take a seat and I'll pull my chess board out and kind of play against myself as I listen.
I'll play with you. I'll play against you absentmindedly while I.
All right.
okay, cool. So I'm going to interrupt this very important story by asking for wisdom and intelligence rolls while you play chess. I'm kidding.
I also
can do
cast
that after the
prestidigitation
fantasy.
and I guess it's not minor illusion, so I can't do that.
I think
so.
you guys should pull up the Discord Chess in the Park and.
Oh my god. Please don't do that.
Just while we're fucking talking, I mean, this is an important conversation.
Yeah.
Checkmate! Fucking bitch.
Okay. Time for Avery to poorly
We'll
read
play
a
some
paragraph that
text
he's
chess, so I'll start.
40 chess, a time travel, you know. All right. So she sits you down and she pulls up a chair at the end of the table, so she can better see all of you. And she said,
Oh, long ago, when we changelings still lived in the wild with our mother, Endring, her lover betrayed her and sought to kill each and every one of us, to eliminate his tainted bloodline, as he sighed. We ran to the goddess Exurbia and begged that she save us. Now, Exurbia is our matron of sorts, of course, having begot Endring herself. Nonetheless, Exurbia's anger was righteous at this request, for she is quite the jealous goddess and would not readily let us leave her realm. We belonged to her, in a way. But eventually, she made us a compromise. Should we, her direct descendants, in a sense, ever return to the wild, we would perish. But, as all Fey promises go, there was a loophole, and your mother, smart as she was, found it. My sister, of course, being your aunt, pleasure to meet you again, of course. The power bestowed in each of us, just once, we could open a portal to go back home to the wild. And your mother also found out that that portal could take others, if done quickly enough. Now, when you were a young boy, we were close to being found out. The small community of changelings that we had created here in Marshfen. The Solarian nearly found us, and your mother took it upon herself, ever the protector of us, to be seen changing.
Wait, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but you all have to hide here too?
Oh, yes, of course.
It's unfortunate. Okay.
We can't...
I had always hoped that once I found my true home, that I wouldn't have to hide who I was, you know?
Long ago, when we first came to the material plane, we were able to live more freely, but after King Melchior came to power, he tried to eradicate magic, and it got worse, particularly when he exiled the orcs and dragonborn to the north. Thankfully, we were so few that we could remain hidden for the most part, but there were a few of us that were captured and executed for being seen as abominations, for having hand magic.
Change what you look like helped as well.
Oh,
What was that?
yes, it did help us to remain discreet, but obviously we couldn't tell anyone or else we'd be immediately found out. Being a changeling has immense power in a world of greed, as I'm sure you can imagine.
You know, I think it's might not be what you thought. You know, you want someplace to call home, but you know, I think once we do what we need to do, we can overthrow whatever government we need to. Like, you know,
Oh,
we're good at that.
anarchists! Well,
Yes.
I
Well,
am
what's
among
the
good
government?
company.
And
Well,
we'll make it.
especially as a
We'll
group.
appoint somebody that you know gets things done, helps
Honestly,
you,
kind of,
you
the
and your
government-
people live the way you want to live.
Just
wherever
being
you
honest, the government in the desert in the Feywild seems to look down on its citizens pretty hard. We should overthrow that one.
Hey now! Let's not get too crazy.
Almyre says some pretty edgy things quite often.
Is
It's
that
crazy
the
because
princess?
Almyre keeps starting statements with "I'm not racist," and that's usually how you know that whatever they're about to say is extremely racist.
She says that a lot.
Yes, well, your mother, ever the protector, she knew that we were about to be found out, and she allowed herself to be caught changing by one of the Solarian. And she did it to protect us. She took you and your father out on the road, out towards the south, disappeared from the road, and that her leaving Marshfen was the last time that I saw her, but we were never bothered by the Solarian again, so whatever it was that she did, she was successful, it seems, at the cost of her own life, but she saved her baby boy and her husband. And, quite frankly, her whole family.
Well, that's wonderful.
Sorry to, go off at maybe tangent here. Does it feel like anything when you're changing to a different identity? Does it hurt?
Horace, we've known each other for quite a long time. Why did you
Why
never
you-
ask me that?
Yes,
I don't know. I just thought about it now. Do you feel anything? Does it feel good? Or is it like really painful?
I don't feel comfortable answering that question, Jeatz. If you
I mean, is it
fill in the blanks.
does it feel like good? If you know what I mean.
I go whisper in Horace's ear and go, you know how I come every time?
I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that.
No, that's why I said I whispered in his
Also
ear.
yeah.
Or
She didn't
pretend like
hear
he didn't. Like he didn't. Hear it. Knight to B5. I was also gonna ask.
Did you not think that the
Where-
moons were kind of weird?
So where's your? I guess your mother's gone, but I guess where's your father?
Jetz's father?
Yeah.
Oh,
My
he's still in
father's
Nestleton.
second.
Y'all
He's in
met him
Nestleton.
when you were
Yeah.
aiding Magnus getting his heart back.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
alive.
An autumn.
Oh, yeah.
My mother is the one that's sadly the part of this.
So, yes, Endring gave us this innate ability to return home, but cursed us that should we ever do that, we would get very sick and die. Now, we are lucky that Changeling oral tradition has superseded whatever memory nonsense it seems that King Melchior has placed on us, thankfully. Perhaps we are guarded in some way by our mother Endring or perhaps Exurbia herself, but we are aware of what's going on, and unfortunately this is just how we must live, in secret.
Well, maybe you don't have to. This is not why we're here. Well, this is why we're here. We're here to stop a man named Victor Kane.
I don't
And
think
it
I'm
seems,
familiar.
well, it seems that there's a lot of things connected in this, and this may be one of them. Long story short, Victor Kane is an evil man, from what I gather. And have you ever heard of a man named Red Eyes?
Ariazel might ring a bell.
Oh.
She thinks back and she says,
The name Ariazel, perhaps that was the name of Endring's lover. I think
yes,
that he
from-
might be our patron
From what I understand, he is the
or fraternal
yeah,
lineage.
he is that, yes.
And if he was evil enough to want to wipe out all of Changelings, I'm sure he's still evil now if he's somehow still around after all these millennia.
Right. So what we've gathered is, I don't know exactly how Victor Kane plays into this, but it seems that whatever spell was put on from the tower, it's made everybody believe in this long-term empire, and it's all leading back to Ariazel and Victor Kane and King Melchior, or whatever his name is. I'm honestly suspicious that maybe King Melchior is Ariazel.
Very interesting. And you say you can revert this, fix it somehow?
Well, I think if we destroy the tower, or at least figure out what mechanism is causing this within the tower and destroy it, we might have some semblance of a chance to solve this.
All we're asking is, do you have a lot of gunpowder?
Uh,
Because we're gonna need to take out a tower.
The trick is to take this
No.
crown. We're gonna place
need
this
to-
crown.
Blow up the Lucifatus Tower. I have seen it. It's quite impressive and very well guarded.
Has it always been called the Lucifatus Tower?
It has existed for as long as I have been around.
How long have you been around? I don't mean to ask your age. To be rude, but
I-
a timeline.
Well, how do I answer
Horace,
that
and I just-
question and not tell you?
Let's just say that
about how old I am.
timelines are different for us, so I'm just trying to get a sense of everyone's story and
I have been
and
around for the better part of 7 decades now, and the Lucifatus Tower has stood for as long as I can remember. But, like I said, Changeling tradition is long and unaltered by Melchior's.
well, you look like you're 50 decades.
Oh, 50
Whoa.
decades! Oh, you
Horace.
scoundrel! How
Horace,
dare
don't be
you?
disrespectful.
500 years old.
I-
Certainly I don't.
I
look-
thought that would be a compliment. Glitter, help me. I thought I was saying something nice.
You said 50 decades, Horace.
2 decades is a lot of years. I thought that was enough to, like, you know, be like,
50?
oh.
That's 10. That is 500 years. Do the math in your head, Horace.
I don't know how long changelings live. It could be like 900 years. So 500 could
No.
still be pretty young.
No, I'm not that old. You're forgiven. No, I have been around for about that long, and the Lucifatus Tower has stood that long, but Changeling oral history goes back for as long as we've been here, which is several hundred years. But the tower itself has not stood for that long. It's only more recently, something like 200 years, that Melchior has been in power as far as our oral tradition goes. And it's been about that long since we've needed to hide ourselves. I mean, changelings are always sort of at risk of being recruited by shady organizations to mimic politicians, extort people, act as spies. I'm saddened to know that we've lost a few family members to those sorts of deeds, but for the most part, we are good people.
It's hard to, I guess, maybe know a lot of changelings, but is there, I guess, a relatively large community that you know of changelings? Obviously large by, a different standard.
We've largely segmented ourselves. There's myself and my daughter, May. She's not here right now, but we live by ourselves. Your mother left, and a few other people left because they were scared. But no, I'm not sure where anyone else is. It's kind of a lonely existence. I haven't really wanted to seek out any of my family members for fear of being caught myself.
Maybe we could find them, but not until it's safe, obviously.
Yes, I would like to be reunited with distant relatives. Speaking of relatives, your cousin May, she's not in right now, but you might be interested in speaking with her. She's part of this organization called the Eclipse. Are you?
I was
that's,
just about to ask about that.
That's actually the very topical thing. That's part of why we're here.
She will be out of the house for weeks at a time. She's been gone for quite some time now. I have no idea where she is. But she's a part of the Eclipse, so, maybe you can meet her there if that's where you're headed, but just thought that might be pertinent information for you. You seem like you're ready to take out the king himself. I'm not completely clear on the Eclipse's mission, but May seems to really enjoy working with them.
Well, if she enjoys it, then maybe it's a family calm.
Sir,
But
where can we
I
find
guess-
her?
yeah,
I'm not sure. She's not been home for several weeks, but that's typical for her. She's about your age, Jeatz.
wonderful.
Is there a way that we could find her? If there's someplace we could find her if she wasn't here, would she be at some sort of tavern or?
She tells me as little as she can for my own safety. She says the less I know, the better.
Now, I will say, if you are looking for the Eclipse, like a did tell you that finding a wandering halfling would be, or finding.
Oh yeah, the watering. Yeah.
Yeah, finding. I'm not sure if you mentioned Revo by name, but finding a halfling trader might be your ticket to finding the eclipse out in the city.
Okay.
Oh, would you know about maybe a halfling trader?
No, I don't get out
Or any
of the
halfling.
house too much, besides to go pick up some food. I don't know any halflings, truthfully, but you might have luck going through the market. There's a couple halflings there I know I've seen. No one remarkable, just your standard fare. But
Is there like a special crest that my cousin wears? Like,
no, but I will say that you will recognize her. She looks quite elf-like, and she has my face. So when you see her, you will...
That's a great idea. I turn into her.
Oh, into your...
Now I have your face,
Right.
and maybe she'll see
But
me
does she
and
look
go,
like that now, though?
no, but she'll see me and be like,
Ah.
"Oh, mother," and then
well,
I'll
yeah,
be like,
yes, I tend to look like this. I don't use my changeling abilities these days. So, but Somei would recognize you as me.
"Okay, well then I will just, if you don't mind, I'll just be you for a little bit."
Okay, just don't go do crimes, please.
Oh, okay, I will not.
People do know
crimes.
me by name
Let's
and know
go
what I look
fireball
like.
someplace.
Okay,
Um,
I will not do crimes. I
If
promise.
anyone asks after you, just say you're not feeling well, and that you were just heading home.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I don't
look-
need any undue suspicion.
No, that's fine.
I have a perfect batting record for not getting caught. Do you understand?
No, that's
I'm
fine.
not
I
trying
don't
to
plan
cheat.
on.
Do you
I'm not trying to
understand the
get-
gravity of what you're doing by imitating me?
I am. Maybe you should not be home for a little bit while we're out.
Okay.
I think we'll do whatever it takes, but we'll just try at all costs not to implicate you in anything. If it happens, it was only under the most dire circumstances. That's all that we can promise.
I'm taking you at your word. If you do something uncouth, I'll have May hurt you badly. She's quite well trained in martial arts.
For helping us, I will do all that I can as a knight to.
Her face
keep up with.
goes from stern, half serious, and it softens up at that, and she says, "I know you'll do well. If my nephew Jeatz here puts his faith in you, then so do I."
Thank you.
Well, I don't know if faith. Yeah, it should be fine. Yes,
She furrows her brows at you, Jeatz.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
That sure didn't sound
Should
like
we
you.
go to the market now? Unless
Yes,
there's
let's-
anything that you wanted to discuss with.
No, I mean, I of course have so many questions, but it's probably better for us to just go ahead and head that way.
Okay. Yeah. Your aunt gets up, and she shows you at the door, and she kind of gives you a rundown of the things in the city. There's a marketplace. There's a few more secretive shops where you might find some magic items. She kind of tells you where to find those in the city. And yeah, just giving you a general sense, and I'll explain in a moment. Sort of like where you can shop if you'd like to.
Does like the effect of the Feywild happen both ways, to where if you're from this plane, you go to the Feywild, you kind of forget things from this plane? Does it happen if you if I were to leave the Feywild, do I lose memories from the Feywild, or do I keep those?
When Exurbia exiled us changelings from the wild, at the same time, she also enacted some memory magic, and it was more of a deterrent to the one you call Ariazel. For if he came to the wild, he would forget what he learned here. Exurbia learned that Ariazel was trying to steal Fey magic for his own gain, and so by removing written works and memories of other places, Arizel might forget who he was and sort of cease to be a problem, really.
Okay, well, I bet that hasn't worked, unfortunately.
Quite unfortunate, yes.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and head out, but we'll be back.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best. It's still early in the day, so lots of things could happen.
Yes,
She
that's
winks.
Very true. It's very true.
Many
anywhere we
things could
should-
happen.
Is there anywhere we should avoid?
No, Marshfen is generally a safe place. Just don't get too close to the Solarian. They don't really like people in general.
We don't like them, so we'll try to avoid
They
them.
suck. So you're right about that.
Thank you for your hospitality, and I'll start to.
Of course.
After winning the chess game, I'll walk away. Pick it up and walk away.
Yeah, no, can now we do our rolls?
Yeah, now you can do rolls. So I think we'll do intelligence, wisdom, intelligence, because I think last time we did wisdom, intelligence, wisdom. Okay, so intelligence check, go.
Just a raw intelligence check. Right?
Just raw intelligence.
That's a nat 20.
Whoa!
Okay, that's a 9.
Hell yes.
Alrighty. All right, wisdom.
17.
That's another nat 20.
Are you
Whoa!
fucking kidding me?
Horace, back-to-back checkmates.
I'm gonna roll like shit the rest of the time.
Yeah,
after
like,
this.
What was your third? Just to see.
Just to see. The third game.
That's a 17.
You
all
still
the
would be
time.
good there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I was very distracted during this game.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
be
yeah.
very bad during this.
Jeatz, distracted by learning of your lineage. Yeah, you lose very, very badly to Horace.
And somehow both rooks just left the table at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Almyre maybe had something to do with that, trying to learn chess. Just absentmindedly
Horse,
moving for
right?
Jeatz a time or two.
But look, next time, Jeatz. As I walk by, I'll try to steal some gold from his pocket.
No.
Glitter
No.
flies down to your hand and slaps it.
Well, better than that.
You're right. Sorry.
My aunt stops you.
I'll
All right,
start
well,
walking up.
let's go.
Alrighty, cool. So you guys go out to the wild world, and I think with that we'll take a little BRB.
Okay.
Who's sponsoring our second half?
And we'll
It's just wild that gingers are black now.
What? I feel like that's an internet take that I saw, but just immediately deleted.
Yeah, apparently gingers are part of the black community now. Yeah, I think it has to do something with the government. But there's been a whole movement of like, now that gingers are invited to the cookout, here are the rules, and it's great.
These are just weird things Almyre said this whole time. Again. Austin's got a tiny pink guitar for some reason.
Oh yeah, Caleb. My mom just dropped off a bunch of shit, but I have a tiny
great.
guitar
Incredible.
in case you want to go to.
Yeah, we can go jam. Yeah.
Is it plastic? Is it metal? Like
No,
like,
it's plastic as shit.
Wouldn't it like? Can you
It
like
is
actually
signed.
just does it have like sounds that come out of it, or is it just?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like
I
plastic.
cannot stress enough that wasn't the question, Austin.
Oh no. It's just.
It's not
just
electronic, which I believe
No.
is the question Sean was asking.
No.
Yeah, so yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It is signed by B-list country singer Brian White in 1997.
That's
Set
something
up on
else.
eBay, man. What are you doing with
Yeah.
that?
I know, right? In my house.
Someone will buy that for $5 whole.
Absolutely
Call
worth.
text.
There's a picture that goes with it somewhere. I don't know where that is, but
Okie dokie. So, Aunt. Oh my god, did I even write her? Aunt Reyna. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Aunt
Come on,
Reyna
remember your own characters, Avery.
that I literally named yesterday. Aunt Reyna, I kind of gave you the lowdown on things in the city. And you now know sort of where like markets are and if you're looking to buy anything. So just a quick rundown. I texted you all the new haggle mechanic that I would like to use, but there's your regular stuff here. There's some potion shops that you can go to, but they are heavily regulated by Solarian, being that they are magic adjacent, and sometimes just fully magical. So, you know, kind of keep an eye out for that. That might also come with its own surcharge.
Did you say you sent us some haggle mechanics?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
texted
that
them to
like
you. Roll
D
46.
20, or yeah, 46. That's right.
I'll explain it again.
I guess I missed that.
And explain it for the viewers. You know.
Well, I was gonna do it when we get to it, but I guess if you,
Oh yeah,
you want,
do it when you get to it.
yeah. That way it's fresh.
Actually, I haven't gotten the text yet, or something. I don't know. Oh
sent it-
no, I see it now.
Okay. Sean not reading the group chat. There's also you can just buy common adventuring items if you guys feel like you might want to stock up on like rope or candles or rations or anything like that. Those are just going to be at the price listed in the player's handbook. They're like less than a gold a piece, I think, for that stuff. So we've just rounded up to 1 gold for anything in particular. And then there's also a store for the more discerning adventurer. So there would be like +1 items, +2 items, and maybe some additional magical stuff if you'd like to go there. You may also, since the city's large enough, find people to sell your items to if you want to get rid of anything in your inventory that you're not actively using. So you stock up on some gold.
Okay.
okay.
So where do you want to run by first? Maybe take inventory first. Maybe see how much gold y'all have to use. I'm sure you guys want to stop by the potion. Sorry, I'm sure you guys want to stop by the potion shop. So I will go ahead and send you the stuff for there.
Potion seller.
Yeah, I guess probably go in the potion shop. I think maybe we go to the potion shop first, and then head to the main market area and see what we can find that way. And I guess while we're shopping, maybe look out for that halfling.
Yeah, perfect. I think I don't actually turn into her. I think as we're leaving the house, I decided it's a bad idea because I don't want to like.
Bad idea, right?
Yeah, I don't want to like use that card yet.
Looking like you.
So I changed before we leave the house. I changed back.
Okay, so good call, Horace. If you want to search for a or the halfling that you're looking for, you may as you move between shops, and all of you can roll a perception check. It's a very large city, so the DC is incredibly high. It is well above 20, just so y'all are aware. So as you're walking,
the natural one though.
Nice. Okay, yeah, the DC is incredibly high, well above 20, and as you move between shops, you can roll a perception check. And the later in the day that you find her, that will, kind of affect outcomes later on. Okay, cool. So you guys are making your way to Polly's Potions. Everyone go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
26.
I thought you rolled
That
in
is
that
also
one.
That's also 26.
What's the
Austin, I thought you
fucking
rolled in
plus?
that one.
Oh no, I rolled a nat. You said it's well above 20, and I rolled a natural one, as a natural 20, not a nat one. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was also, I didn't catch the okay. 26 won't do it as you're moving to the potion shop.
Okay.
Jeatz, do you
I
roll a perception
can't.
check?
Yeah,
And
I got a 5.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys are searching more and more, so like with anything that I do, it'll get easier. So
Oh.
won't stay impossible. Alrighty, so you arrive at Polly's Potion Shops. There is a Solarian standing outside the door, who's eyeing you very heavily as you're walking in.
What do you want?
Okay.
And in fact, as you're walking around the city, and I say with a 26 Almyre, you notice Solarian are like everywhere in this city. And you swear you can see flying overhead is a small dragon, perhaps a wyvern, which it looks like there might be a Solarian riding atop.
Red dragons? What?
Damn, oh my god. This place is littered with Solarian. I get the feeling that they know that this is an Eclipse stronghold.
I thought Night Watch would be more heavily defended
Maybe?
than this, but
I
Do
mean,
I see- do we-
they're not on every street corner, but you do see several pairs of Solarian patrolling.
I imagine
And
the tower is in the middle.
this is more so Marshfin literally sits on a marsh.
Sorry, we're in Marshfield, not who's fucking.
Oh, yeah. No, you're in Marshfin. It sits on a marsh, so there's like water everywhere. This central area is just a water feature, basically.
Okay.
But it is otherwise considered a port town. On the river that runs through the empire.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep my head down and head towards the.
Yeah.
River runs through.
Wow. As you enter the shop, you turn around to look outside, and it looks like the Solarian is kind of peeking in. But as you make eye contact with him, he straightens up and sort of like looks up and walks away from
Can I
the
blow him a
window.
kiss?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a performance check. We'll see if it's satisfactory.
Horace moons him.
Baby, that's a 29.
A 29. You can see him blushing through his helmet, and he
Okay.
turns away sheepishly and walks away. So you have a reason to
His
appreciate it.
armor falls off, and he's after you.
Yeah, his buckles fail, and he's in heart patterned boxer briefs.
Hell yeah, good for him.
Live your best self, man.
Okay, so as you walk in, an old guy with a parrot on his shoulder walks out, and the parrot says, "Welcome to Polly's Potions."
I didn't expect that. Polly. I assume that was the bird.
Oh shit! Sorry, I meant to send this in Discord. Yes, the bird is the one that's talking.
Cool.
Hello. I looked to the. Hello, sir. What much what potions did you have on offering?
Take a look at our wares. and the parrot flies over to a shelf of potions, and I sent them in Discord, but you get a potion of flying, every level of potions of healing up to Supreme, which is 10d4 plus 20 for 13 hundo.
Holy shit.
Potion of resistance, one for each type of damage is on the shelf, and then also a potion of speed, which is essentially haste with no concentration.
Okay, that makes sense.
How was the owner interacting with his bird?
Oh, the owner's just the owner's just standing there, not saying anything.
Is he looking at the bird, or he's just not moving like it?
No, he's looking at the bird, and when the bird flies over, he gestures to the potions.
Okay. Is there some sort of like magical connection between them, or?
Roll me an Arcana check, yeah, sure, or an Insight check, whichever is better.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It just seems like they're on the same wavelength, basically. This parrot seems incredibly intelligent. With a dirty 20, you maybe get the suspicion that it's an awakened parrot, but you're not entirely sure.
An awakened parrot?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure what you guys are thinking, but I can buy some health potions. Maybe a few, buy a few greater health potions. I'm not sure if you guys are wanting some flying or some other stuff. I'm not. How much do you guys have? I guess to spend.
I have 391 gold.
I have 391 gold sounds about right.
Can I do an inside check to see if he's fucking lying out of his teeth with disadvantage?
You can do an insight check against Jeatz's. It would be nice if there was like a like just a static stat for telling a lie instead of you having to roll for it necessarily.
Welcome to Pathfinder.
Or just I'm sure Pathfinder does have a static DC for that.
I got a 15.
Damn it, I got a 14.
Oh,
yeah, he's lying through his fucking teeth.
Fine, you got me. I have 400 gold.
Oh, why did you lie about that? God, you guys are poor.
I actually have 586.
But why do you lie about this? There's no need for it.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes you just gotta go for it. Anyway.
I mean,
Okay.
again, y'all can also sell stuff. So if you want to like go to another store and then come back to the potion shop, you can. I'm not sure what all you have.
I guess
you want to get rid
what
of.
kind of potions are you guys wanting to get?
I think the greater and superior are the ones that are catching my eye.
Yeah.
But they're very expensive, so I may want to.
I was thinking just buying maybe a bunch of greater.
Oh, you know
Yes,
what?
but
Superior. I think the plus bonus on that is wrong.
This 8d4 plus 8.
8. Yeah,
I think the
fucked it up.
price on the Supreme is wrong. I think it's supposed to be 300 and not
Absolutely not.
1300.
I think superior is like 84 plus 12.
Should be 40. It should be 40. Because it should be 10, 20.
32 makes. Maybe it's 8.
8d8. I think it's 8d4 plus 8.
Hang on. Go to items. Potion. Heavy healing.
Oh, potion seller.
Potion setup.
A potion seller.
2d4 plus 2.
I know
44 plus
Avery understands
4.
that, but you don't.
44 plus 4.
There's no way you know that meme.
8d4 plus 8,
Everything.
and then 10d4 plus 20. Okay. Let me resend these with the corrected amounts. Sorry.
Supreme is 10. Right? 10 feet.
Supreme was correct.
That's 60. Greater is or the one between greater and supreme is
It's 20. Yeah, 60
superior.
and then 20
Superior,
and then also 40.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's 10, 20, 40, 60.
Shopping. The
I'll have
D&D
to say.
episode.
I don't. I'll have to say I don't want to buy any potions right now.
Do you want to sell stuff and then come back, or are you just not interested in buying any of the potions?
Yeah, let's just pause for
We
a
also
second
should
and decide.
We should also discuss what we would want to, if there's anything in the bag of holding that we want to sell. Or...
Yeah, that's probably what we should definitely do.
Yes. I'm looking through here. We've got. I don't think I need the Helm of Comprehend Languages anymore.
Yeah, that's probably true. I know I've got like an extra armor.
Do you really need that doll from Ty?
What would I sell that for?
Yeah, what do you mean?
What?
I don't
Almyre,
know.
are you actually considering selling that?
No,
It was a test. It was a test.
when I asked him this.
Oh. Okay. Well, you said what would I sell it for? As in, like, what is the price that I would put on it? But you mean
no, wasn't.
why
what
would?
I?
Okay.
Why would I sell it? Yes.
What?
You passed the
Clearly, you
test,
have
then.
not yet mastered the tongue of the
Didn't
Hold
beast.
on.
I think the only thing I have would be this longbow, but that was also Ty's, and I don't really want to. I don't want to part with it, really.
You guys are having trouble parting with sentimental things. I'm kind of shocked.
I also have the red eye mask and cloak.
Oh, we should definitely.
No, Ka definitely took that, or at least
Well,
at the very
yeah,
least the
okay.
mask. I think you might have the cloak, but the cloak is just like a cloak.
No, we have a second red eye mask that we got.
You didn't. When?
I thought we picked one up because
No, you didn't get it
have-
from Victor.
I thought we wrapped one up in a cloth, and we were like, "Do not touch that." Recently,
I do not remember that.
Why would it have been I mean, there have been a few items that you've picked up with a cloth, but I don't think a red eye mask was one of
I
them.
could have sworn we purposefully picked one up with a cloth. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like I would have removed it if we didn't have it though, because
I don't know. I thought we had one, but maybe we didn't.
I mean, I don't want to take anything away from you, but maybe it was in nice. Oh no, this search is stupid. It's like showing me where both red and I are. No,
Oh.
I want to see red eye specifically.
It's fine. I don't mind just succeeding that we didn't have one.
I just can't. I mean, red eye has only come up twice. Once when you lost to Victor just now, and then once when Ka took it. There would be no other reason for you to have one, because I wouldn't have seeded something like that. Just like thinking as myself, like what kind of items I would have put out there. I wouldn't have put another red eye mask there because it was important for lore for it to happen the way
makes
that it did.
sense.
I'll delete it.
Okay. Moving on. What else we got?
Where is?
Oh, I do have 2 casks of really good wine.
Oh, that's true.
That is true.
This is Fey wine too.
Okay. Yeah. Don't I have? Do we? Maybe that's
You
just the
still have
leftovers.
You have a push invisibility based on the bag of holding already, so.
Yeah. Hmm.
You also sell some superior healing potions, Jeatz.
Yeah, we don't want to sell those. That's the opposite.
Oh, no, just make sure you know that you have those.
Oh, I'm aware. They come in handy.
I've got.
We have 2 stones. We have 3
actually
stones.
use them.
We have Stone of Fate Guidance, Stone of Good Luck, and Stone of Memory Acuteness. Well, there's something I really want to sell. I might just buy potions.
I'm fine with that.
Alright, I'll buy, let me do some math here with what I got. What can I get? So greater spirit, man, why is it gonna be 400? Inflation sucks.
It's always been 400. I've been using the same potion prices since we started.
You're right. Inflation does suck.
I don't want to spend that much on freaking potions, though.
Horace, you don't understand the nuances of the importance of the Fed maintaining a steady rate of inflation.
I don't care about.
When the government controls the dollar, no one wins.
Man, Trump told me he was gonna stop inflation, and so I gave him my vote.
That did it. That was it.
I'm gonna buy 4 greater.
Oh boy! All right. The parrot holds out his beak for you to put the.
Do
money.
I get a discount for buying?
Oh, you want to haggle?
Yes, I'd like to haggle.
The parrot says, "Bitch, want to haggle?"
Yeah,
parrot's very aggressive.
each one a haggle, parrot.
It's wanna haggle.
Okay.
This is the name of my new album.
Okay, so we'll just do the gross price here of how many you bought. How many? 4?
That's 480.
Okay, so
The total.
where? Oh my god, I was literally just fucking with my pen. There it is. Okay. Where?
So the haggler and TM will 46.
Yeah, so just to explain it, so the player and the DM, we will both roll 4d6, and then you can re-roll a number of individual dice up to your charisma modifier. So if you roll like 3 stinky ones, you could re-roll 3 of them if your charisma modifier was 3, but only just that once.
So really, I should do this. Always. Because Sean doesn't have a...
I'm haggling with the sir.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just pointing out.
He holds my
his
wallet,
fall-throughs.
so I think I need to consult him. He's my accountant, actually.
That's true. That's true. I pull out his wallet from his pocket and pocket.
Okay, and so once we roll, once you're finished rolling, we'll do kind of like a face-off, where you'll put a die forward, I'll put a die forward, and then we announce the results at the same time. So it's kind of like strategically, do you think they'll put a high dice forward first, or they put a low dice forward first, and then if the dice is the same, it's a tie. But for every win, you get 5% of the price in your favor, up to a total of 20%. By the way.
Okay.
All
I
right.
have 2 rerolls. I'm gonna use that. Use it again. Okay. I'm ready.
Okie dokie. Oh man, what order do I want to do this in? I guess it might depend on what order you put things for. Okay. Alrighty.
Have my order.
All right. I've got. Well, you don't have
My
to set.
first
You don't have
one.
to set the order in stone, but okay. I've got my dice selected. I have selected a 1.
So you don't want me to put these in order?
Oh,
so I can't change
what I'm
it?
saying? No. You can change it at any point. Yeah. So you select the
Okay.
first dice and then pick from your pool for the second one. Pick from your pool for the.
You got a 1?
Yeah, I put forward a 1.
Okay, 3.
Okay. Alrighty, so that is 1 point in Sean's favor.
I rolled pretty
3
good.
in Roger's favor. Okay. All right. Next round. All right, I've got
5.
my dice selected. 6.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Back
Okay.
to even. Back to even. Okay. Pick my
5.
dice. 4. Okay. Go back in Horace's favor, 5%. Okay. Last round. 5.
6.
Oh, okay. That is a 10% discount. So that brings your total from 480 to minus 48 of. Hey, Windows, I'm doing a freaking calculation here. You know how
Nope, now you're updating.
yeah. Windows sometimes will do a calculation if you type something in the search bar. Sometimes it won't.
Yeah.
It is supremely infuriating. 480 minus 48 is 432 is your final price.
Bitch got a
Oh,
deal.
yeah.
Still calling me bitch. That's aggressive.
Disrespectful parrot. Be ashamed if it caught on fire.
Was that a threat?
Oh, sorry, what?
This is not a threat.
Polly's a dangerous man.
You know, I would cause some. I don't know if I cause trouble, but I'd be more willing to cause trouble if we weren't trying to be under the radar. So maybe we'd be a little careful here.
Listen, we won. Let's just stick with our win.
Yeah. I saved $48, so I'm. He's the bitch.
Oh, yes, where should we go to maybe sell a couple of our things?
Is there like a general market that we're going to, and this is kind of in the way, or?
If you want to sell your things, your aunt, well, I guess Jetz's aunt pointed you to an auction house where you could just sell whatever you wanted to sell.
Yeah, let's head that direction.
Could we take part in an auction?
We're gonna do something.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about creating mechanics for an auction. For items. See, that would kind of suck because I don't know how that would work. I'm thinking because if the price got because I know like the MSRP of a price.
You know,
Right.
why don't we just
So I could set the
do
DC
that
for-
last, and then
Yeah, like I'm
maybe next session.
You can think about it. Just go like already. We don't need to do that.
I just can't even believe I didn't even think of that.
I want to go see if there's if there's a shop around here that sells some weapons.
Yeah, that's we can go sell stuff and look for some weapons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there is a shop called Annie's Combat Emporium. She's selling +1 items for 500 and +2 items for 1500. And she's also got a beautiful pair of winged boots for sale for $4,000.
What kind of boots?
Winged boots.
Oh.
Where would
Inflation of guns gotten out of hand since I've been here.
I mean, magic is just not,
4,000.
magic is just not around, right? So
Right. I mean that's kind of why things are expensive, but also kind of not really available.
so like as a sorcerer, there's not really anywhere I can just go.
For spells, no.
Well, I mean, spells, I wouldn't be able to do that anyway, but I'm just trying to think, like,
Is there anything on the walls of this kind of out in the open? Some +2 armor or?
Yeah, so anything +1 or anything +2, you could buy it. I sent it in the Discord, 500 or 1500.
Okay, what if?
And like anything as far as standard gear goes.
You know, as a knight, I guess I'm supposed to live honorably, but these prices are too outrageous for me to stand by this.
just always fight it.
I could
know.
glitter.
Not fight. Sorry, not fight. Fight is a bad term. You could always.
Glitter could turn somebody invisible, and then
That's
a distraction could be
Stealing,
made to where one of
still.
us could borrow an item or two from the shop here. We could turn someone invisible, or polymorph
If you
the
wanna-
owner.
That's when I bring out my level 20 shopkeepers. No, so I know what I texted. But
Hey, that
yeah,
was my idea.
This is yeah. I mean, it's D&D, right? So like, you can do it if you want. And I'll still try to make it fair, just with y'all understanding that there are Solarian around. So
I'd say we get into
oh,
go to the weapon shop.
Yeah,
We
make
have to
me.
disguise somebody, disguise the owner, or polymorph the owner into a sheep or something. We turn me invisible, and I can take something while you guys distract her, or something like that.
And
Why
make
don't
me
we
a
just-
perception check as well after you guys have walked to.
Oh yeah.
The cellar, where we're
To the combat emporium. Yeah.
That's a nat one.
What did I
Nice.
get? 13.
What kind of check?
Perception to look for the halfling.
Ooh, 9.
A little easier. Yeah, no, none of those are gonna do it. But now a little easier. It's a little later in the day. Walking around the city does, take its time. Now it should be reasonably doable for y'all after. If you want to go to another shop. Okay, yes, I just want to be clear that I'm okay if you like do some shenanigans to maybe steal some things. I know what I texted, but yeah, no, it's above board.
We're going to the place to sell stuff first, and then the armory.
Yeah. So selling things, I'm calling it an auction house, but I'm basically just gonna give you a value for what you can sell your thing for, and then you can haggle on the price from there
Okay.
if you'd like.
How about my helm of comprehend languages?
Okay. What rarity is that?
Well, that's a great question.
I guess question before we put anything up for auction: will there be issues with us auctioning magic items?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, magic is outlawed. Magic items kind of still.
Aunt Reyna understands the need for discretion. So she's only pointing you out to kind of underground places that you wouldn't necessarily get caught going to.
Okay.
And to be fair, magic does exist in this world. It's just kind of outlawed for anyone to be inherently magical, if that makes sense. Because like a sorcerer, for example, is problematic because they have magic, and then the Solarian want to take them to like utilize them for their own purposes. But like potions exist, they're just regulated. So an auction house is not that out there. But it is still underground, where it's not like problematic if you sell something that might be not in line with what the church would want. I guess I put it that way. Okay, Helm of Comprehend Languages. What is the rarity?
Uncommon.
It is an uncommon item. Okay. The base price for that item will be 500.
Great. Let's haggle.
All right. All right, let me roll.
What am I? How many am I rolling again?
4d6, and then you can re-roll individual dice a number of times equal to your charisma modifier.
46. That's a
Are you
lot.
playing this to where
Equal to what?
Equal to your charisma modifier. So if it's +1, you can
Charisma
re-roll one
modifier.
dice. If it's +2, you can re-roll a
Are
singular dice.
your
twice.
rules? Maybe you said this here in the.
The NPC rolls, I'm just using a +1 charisma. So I'm rolling 4d6, and I'm giving myself one re-roll.
Okay,
Or a
you,
reroll
you
of
said it.
dice.
You said in this message to where if you win, it goes up in price and not like just stay the same.
Oh, so yeah, haggling in this case, it goes in your favor. So if you're selling something, it will go up in price. You will get more money for it.
All right.
All right, I've got my dice.
But if you're buying something, is there anything like against if I lose that? Is there anything that is it just stay at the price that they sold it for, or does it go up if we lose?
It goes up if
Like
you
it
lose.
is-
So the price can swing 20% in either direction. 20% more expensive, 20% cheaper. All right. I've got my first dice selected.
Okay, I've got my first one.
6.
4.
Starting off strong. Okay, so that means the value for
Has
the
decreased.
helm has decreased. Okay.
Yep.
So the base price, let me just write this down, as 400. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I don't even know how to. I guess I'll just write shop on there. Okay, sorry, wasn't sure how to mark that. Okay, my second dice is selected.
Same.
4.
5.
Okay, Almyre, you on that one, so now you're back to the base price.
Yep.
Next dice is selected.
Same.
5.
6.
Ooh, another win for Almyre. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. My last dice is selected.
Same.
4.
4.
Okay. Almyre, you get an extra 5% on top of that 500, so that means your new value is... I'm really bad at math.
Me too.
Hang on, we're going to do 500 times. Point,
Oh.
0.05 is 25, so you get 525 for your... Helm of Comprehend Languages.
525 gold. So I will delete it from my bag of holding. And then I will go to here and add on my inventory. 5.5. Okay. Great. Let me see if there's anything else I want to sell.
While he's doing that, I want to just sell my regular leather, studded leather. It's just a common.
Okay. That will be whatever the value of it is in the player's handbook.
Okay, so
Sell that at cost.
45 gold.
Okay.
So I'm
Do you
gonna
wanna haggle on
I'm
it?
gonna yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So that's 46
Mm-hmm. And then you can re-roll
up to 5 times.
up to 5 times. Individual dice, right? Not the whole set.
Right.
All right. An interesting
I want
set for me.
2 reroll, 3 reroll, 4 reroll, and 5 reroll. All right. I've got my first dice.
Alrighty. Same.
Okay.
3.
4.
4. Okay.
Okay. Second dice ready.
My second dice is ready. 5.
5.
Okay. Tie. Not tie Andrew, but
Yeah. Anything.
shit. Hang on. Oh shit. Try to move something. All right. Third dice is selected.
Okay.
5.
6.
Ooh, Jeatz gets another win, up to 10%. And
Okay.
for final dice is selected. 5.
Same. 6.
Ooh, 15% on top of that 45.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, so that's 45 times 0.15. It's an extra. We'll round up to 7.
Sweet. So I get
52.
52.
Yep.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Anything else? Spell scrolls or potions you haven't used, or
I'm gonna sell 2 daggers.
okay,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
gonna sell-
we can combine those
Actually,
together
no.
into one.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna keep.
Okay.
That's it.
Horace, you don't have any extra armor to sell? I feel like I've given you.
I didn't even think about my inventory over here.
You didn't even look at your D&D Beyond inventory?
I was just thinking of the bag
Oh.
of holding. I have.
Austin, did you look at your D&D
leather
inventory?
armor.
Yeah, I
and
don't have much in my D&D Beyond.
Okay, I have leather armor and I have plate armor that I can sell.
Oh, the plate armor is worth a pretty penny.
And a normal longbow. I will sell all of those.
Do you just want to combine them? Does a plate armor
Yes.
have value in PHP?
Yeah, it should.
1500. Yep. Longbow 1500. No, plate is 1500. Longbow is 50, and leather armor is 10.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do then for the plate armor, because it's not like brand new, I'm gonna knock it down to the price of a.
1499.
I don't know. I'm on the fence because the sale price of rare items is 1,000, but a
You should
plus
make
one item.
Hear
is
me out. You should
500.
make the dice percentage mean more if it goes down. So instead of 5%, it can go down like up to 50% or whatever.
Well, I'll just be generous and say I'll make the plate armor 1,000 instead of 1,500 because it's banged up. I'll take a third off the sale price. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, so then the total price for all of those things is what? 1,000 plus
60.
1,060. Okay.
Yep.
Sell plates and what was the other things?
Leather armor, longbow, and plate armor.
For 1,060 gold. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are my dice here. Okay. All right. My first dice is selected.
6.
Oh, I put up a 1. Okay.
I don't know why I wasted a 6 on
All right. Second dice is selected.
4.
2. Shit.
Oh.
Third dice is selected.
Another 6.
4. Oh boy.
Yes.
Last dice is selected. I got a 3.
4.
I roll like garbage. Okay, so that's an extra 20% on your 1,060.
Hell yes.
That's an extra. Avery forgot a decimal place. 212 gold. So that's 1,060 plus
1,272.
1,272 gold. Wow.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You are rolling in it. I rolled 2 1s. I rolled a 3 and a 4 and 2 1s, and then my 1 turned
Damn.
into a 2 on my reroll. It's fucking
All right, I have a
something
question.
like that, but yes.
I have a corrupted dragon heart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
What? How would we do this?
Do y'all want to sell it? I have a rarity for it.
Wait, I would
You
also.
should be careful doing things like that.
I want to
Myra
use that. I
tames
feel
it
like
and
there's
is a
something.
Feywild.
Is that,
Hold on one second.
is that the ability to like corrupt dead people?
Yeah, turn humanoids into zombies if you kill them with the.
I'd like to keep that because I feel like at some
Is
point
that okay?
there might be something we can use it on.
Okay.
Actually, there's one more item that I have that I could sell is the letter opener. I'm not sure how much it is though.
Oh, your
custom
plus
item.
one. Your plus 1 sword.
Yeah.
Oh, it also
The
has a
halberd.
magical effect. So we'll call it a rare item, and it'll be worth 1,000
Okay. I'll barter.
on market. Okay. You want to sell that?
Yes.
All right.
Oh my God, Avery, you're done. I'm.
Oh no.
You're-
Oh no. Well,
No,
honestly,
you're-
the point. The point of you guys being able to sell things is because I know that you guys have shit in your inventory, and also there's expensive things here that you might want to buy with like potions and items and things. Okay, so you're selling the letter
I'm just
opener.
gonna say all of my dice at once.
Did you roll all
No,
sixes?
don't do that. Don't do that. Did you?
I rolled all 6s.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll my dice, and if I get any 6s, it'll just be a tie basically. So. Okay. There's 1 6. Let me re-roll this one. That was a 3. Okay. So you get 15% on top of the 1,000. So another 150.
Yeah. All right.
That's crazy. Okay, so it's 1,000.
Can
goes
I-
to 11.
I want to.
50.
When you're done, I want to sell something.
I'm done.
Okay. Yep.
We have to be done here for me to do that, though.
Hold on. I've got my good wine. A Fey wine.
Oh, Fey wine. We'll call both casks uncommon. We can say 500 for that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I assume I'll go back home at some point and get it. So, yeah, we'll sell both. And I'd like to barter.
This bartering mechanic has done me no favors.
Yes, I see this.
But it's more fun than just like flat charisma checks.
I like
Jesus.
it. I just happened to roll really good. I rolled 3 6s off the bat, and then just rolled my other one
I
twice.
rolled on the final one. Yeah, that's crazy.
right.
Let's see. Okay, first dice is selected.
Yep.
4.
5.
Okay, that goes in Almyre's favor.
Cooked it.
Next dice is selected.
Yep.
3.
5.
Ooh, okay. Third dice is selected.
Yep.
2.
5.
Oh, come on. Final dice is selected. 6.
6.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You rolled like fire. Okay, so that's 15% on top of the 500.
We go, guys. Come on.
500.
Oh, wait. So 500 for both or 500?
500 for both casks. So
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, not each. That's another 75, so that goes to 575. Do you guys want to reconsider going to the potion shop again? I guess. Austin, you said Caleb, you said you had.
I do, but we have to be done here.
Done with
We're
selling
ready. We gotta be ready to go.
You can blow this place up.
No. I'd like to sell this bead
I'm
of
not
delayed
sure.
fireball.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh.
No, I don't.
I planted a magic bean about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Oh, if you guys are going to the auction house, go ahead and roll me a perception check while you're here. We'll say as you're walking around, you're keeping an eye out for the halfling.
Oh, another 9.
16.
15.
Okay, not good enough. Now it should definitely be doable.
Okay. I look at everybody and I go, I guess it's just. Oh, actually, before that, what are they doing with these items? Are they just taking them and storing them? Like, because it's an auction house?
Well, it's an auction house, so there's like, items galore. People shopping for things. I'm not gonna say you can buy anything here just because I don't have auction mechanics.
No. I understand that. Like, but are they like doing the auction house like, okay, it's in a crate because we bought it from you and it's being moved into storage, ready to be sold. Or
I mean, there is no like backroom storage. It just goes into a crate, kind of accessible to everyone. It's like in a tent,
Okay.
say.
Okay, cool. I pull out my sword, and I'm like, guys, I think we really need the money, and I try to sell my sword.
Oh boy. Okay.
If we,
So this is a cursed item, and I know that you can retrieve it. So what we're gonna do, we'll have Horace and Almyre, I guess, maybe talk you out of it, but.
let's weigh the pros and cons of this sword here. It is a little crazy. You've done some good things with it, though.
I give you guys a look like, don't fuck with the plan.
Can I roll to see if I notice that look?
Yeah, I guess. Roll me an insight check, and I guess we'll set a DC at, I don't know, like 15 to know.
Okay.
Should I just do like
16.
a performance check to set the DC? Oh, no, that would be the opposite of what I'd want, I guess.
Horace, you definitely gather. I mean, you guys have been friends for a long time now, so I would say, Horace, you kind of know what's up with what Jeatz is about to do.
Hey, Ray, so yeah, my
Wait.
like mechanically, my plan is to sell the sword, leave, and like give it like an hour and a half, and then make it reappear in my pocket.
Okay. What I'm gonna do then, if you wanna proceed, I'm gonna have you roll a performance check with disadvantage as soon as it leaves your hands against the person doing an evaluation for its value for the auction.
Okay. Okay, I can do that.
And this is a particularly discerning customer, so I'm going to give them a, we'll say, +5 to insight.
Okay, sounds good.
Seem fair?
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
Like,
This looks like an ancient sword.
yes, it's got the soul of a great warrior.
Okay, he holds his hand out to say,
Can I take a look at it? Gotta inspect it before I get sold, you know.
Of course, and I hand it to him.
okay. He sees you get enervated immediately as soon as the sword leaves your possession. So roll me a performance check with disadvantage, mind you, because you're at what, level 3 exhaustion without the sword.
Okay. Okay, so at disadvantage, it's a 24, but before we do anything, I'm gonna also use Bend Luck to add a D4 to that roll.
You rolled a 24 with disadvantage. That's crazy.
I know. So that's a 26 total.
Oh my gosh.
You'll be happy to know that he is enamored with this sword, and I rolled a natural 1 on his insight check.
He's like coming in handy, boys.
He does not even look at you after he takes the sword, and he says, "Oh yes, I think this will sell for quite a bit."
Yes.
And he takes it up on stage, and we'll just use the haggle mechanics. Okay. So we'll say this sword being a relic, we'll call it very rare, and we'll set the sale price at 2,000.
2,000? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep, let's do... I get 5 rerolls on D4s, let's go.
Yeah, that's...
Oh my god.
Love these mechanics.
1 reroll, 2 reroll, 3 reroll, 4 reroll. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there.
You're not even using your last one? Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Actually, oh shit, hang
It'd be
on.
lower, so yeah, why would he use the last one?
Yeah.
All right, so
Get about
sell
the fives.
Legend Darius
Okay.
for 2,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first round. Dice selected. 1.
Dice selected to 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay, dice 2 selected.
Mhm.
2.
It's a 6.
Oh god, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Dice 3 selected.
Okay.
6.
It's a 5.
Oh, okay. So the shop does get 1. Dice 6 selected. 5.
Mhm. It's a 6.
Okay, well you get 15 percentos on 2,000.
Hell yes.
Oh, and then
Wait, do I get 15 or do I get 10?
You get 10.
Yeah,
a
because
shot
I got
one.
1 loss.
Oh, you're right.
So I get 2,200.
2,200. Yes, you're right. Thank you for keeping
Since you sold the sword,
yourselves honest.
can I sell ball?
You've never actually tried to remove the amulet, but you cannot.
Okay.
You
I
go
mean,
to
like,
try and take it off your chest, and it like burns as you try and move it, but it does not budge.
I'm not
Sorry,
calling anybody
Paul.
bad. Trying to
You
sell
know I
the-
had to. You know I had to try. You would have done the same.
Ball's like, yeah, I
Okay, so that's 2,200. So now
I-
you guys are
I-
flush with cash.
I
Are there any
continue
other
to pretend
shops
and
that-
be like, thank you so much. All right, well,
Oh,
probably get out of here.
this will go to a nice spire.
And he's walking away, and you see him set it on top of a crate to be maybe packaged later.
Can I get your information?
Sure. I give him false information.
His name's Beppo. Beppo.
Yeah. I give him the name Beppo.
Oh, strange. You don't really look like a Beppo.
Well, it's a family name.
Yeah, whatever. And I can find you in what address?
My full name is Barnabas Beppo.
That would have been good to know.
I'm from a what was the name of that elven village that we're not supposed to remember?
Burikrin?
Yeah, I tell him I'm from there.
Never heard of that place before.
I tell him how to get there.
What? I did. You mean at the base of the mountains? West
Yes,
of here?
yes.
They're telling me there's a
Yes.
village?
Well, I guess it's hard to believe I know.
Okay.
Okay. He just like kind of side eyes you and walks away with his pen and paper in hand. Glitter overhears this and says,
Why did you do that?
What the fuck was that?
Okay, listen. He's just gonna go there and then forget it was there.
But he could tell other people that.
You do understand how that works, right? They have to wipe your memory.
Yes.
It's not that it just disappears, right?
Right. But then
And
they're
when
gonna
they
think that it
come
was Beppo.
for you, searching for a sword that doesn't exist, you don't
Right.
think that they're gonna send a couple of mercenaries to hunt down that sword?
Yes, but then they're gonna look for Beppo.
They're gonna find Beppo with a.
And they're going to try to murder him and his family. Did
That's
you
fine,
think this
but
through?
I sure did, because then they'll get there and then
I just
they'll
paid
erase
you
their
two-
memories because then they're not gonna be happy they knows that they're there. And they're
It's
not
not
gonna
automatic,
question it.
though.
They're just gonna
Not
erase
if they get killed first.
I bet he'll do it automatically.
If they get killed first, no.
You have no idea
Like-
what kind of repercussions this is going to have. There's a reason that Burikrin didn't let people leave without knowing what's there.
It's fine.
I
have
grab
no
onto
idea
Jetz's
what you
shoulders.
said in
I grab
motion.
onto Jetz's shoulders. I'm like, what did you do? What the hell did you just do?
I think it's okay. I'm just saying. I think it's okay.
Now that you've said that, I'm going to make it absolutely no
Beppo
problem.
dies-
Come on.
If Beppo dies, it's on
My
you.
logic is sound. My man goes, yeah. It's gonna
That
be
sounds
like
does not sound at all.
my logic is sound. He'll be fine. Beppo's a strong warrior.
Avery, you better do something about this.
I have a section in my OneNote called carryover notes.
I'm not taking sides with this guy.
This is
though he's
absolutely
my
going into my carryover notes.
The next campaign is just Beppo trying to avenge his family.
That would kind of be a fun follow-up
Yeah.
campaign, just being halflings.
Beppo's revenge. Revenge of the Beppo.
Yeah, like Beppo, like his siblings maybe, or if somehow he begot children by the time they found the village. I don't know. Anyway, yes, it will be your problem. That said, are we done at the auction house?
I believe so.
Are there any other shops that we could buy?
I'd like to
any
go buy
items?
weapons. Or maybe armor.
Yeah, so you can just buy common adventuring gear at whatever the listed price in the player's handbook is. Again, there's the Annie's Combat Emporium, which is the +1 items for 500, +2 items for 1500, as well as the winged boots. Obviously, the potion shop.
Now, are those only weapons or are those just items in general?
Oh, just items in general. So if you need like armor, that also is included.
I would like to buy +2 plate armor.
Okay. Because plate armor is already really expensive, I'm going to have to surcharge you the base price of the plate armor of 1800, because I forgot just how fucking expensive plate armor is, which like in D&D is annoying because you could just like strip someone of their plate armor and then go sell it and then be rich.
We can barter.
At Anna.
Yeah, at Anna. So I'm gonna say 2,000 for the plate armor.
We barter?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. This. Right, get this one, Avery. Okay.
I'm just gonna not like be okay for a little bit. I'm just acknowledging that.
Oh
I'm doing
yeah,
everything to disadvantage.
Jeatz is absolutely
3 levels of
okay.
exhaustion. I'm moving slow. Like
Okay. Everyone, give me a perception check as you're walking to the Combat Emporium to look for.
boy, that 21 but it'd be really nice.
We can still haggle, Sean.
14.
But
18.
20.
Horace,
20, which turns into a 27.
just as you're about to slip inside, or I guess while you're haggling with the plate armor, you see a halfling walk by the window with a red sash on and a traveler's pack that looks like it's kind of full of things. You see them walk by the window, but if you want to point out to Almyre and Jeatz, who seem a little preoccupied with looking at things in the shop, you may while you're haggling for this plate armor.
I think I saw the halfling. If you can, maybe one of you go follow him and make sure we can keep an eye on him.
Girl, right?
Huh?
It's a girl, isn't it? It's my
Or
cousin.
her?
Yes,
Yeah.
The halfling is a woman that's walking back.
What was her name?
You're looking for Revo, which is Beppo's older sister.
But we found a traitor, not Reva.
Not necessarily, no. It might be her, but yeah, you don't know for sure.
My cousin. It might be my cousin, but it may not be.
What's a halfling? Your cousin's not a halfling. Well, I guess
Oh, okay.
I guess
Okay.
your cousin could look like
this
a
is the
halfling.
This is the halfling to find the eclipse.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but your sister could look like a halfling because she could change.
Right.
Who knows? Let's haggle. Okay. First dice is selected.
1.
A 4. Okay. Second dice is selected.
3.
Okay, I had a 6. Third dice is selected. 6.
2.
Final dice is selected. 6.
5. Oh my god! I got
3 6s. I
Roast
got you,
on there.
bitch. All right.
how much is that now?
20% is going to be an extra 400, I think. Does that sound right?
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. 10% too. So
2,400.
2,400. Hey, I got some of my money back from y'all.
Okay.
I always did like the
could
Skyrim
I-
system where you couldn't just like forever buy and sell things. Like you could only
Could I
do up to
trade-
the money they're holding.
Could I trade my chainmail armor in to discount some of that?
We're gonna give you a 10% penalty to whatever the price is in the player's handbook for that.
Okay.
So what's that take the price to? Or what's the price of the chainmail?
I don't see a price of chainmail. It's +2.
The chainmail you have is +2?
Yep.
Okay, let me look at my magic item prices sheet.
Yeah, I don't see a
This
price of
document
5e.
also does not have chainmail in it. That's kind of weird.
Freeze.
Chain.
We'll say.
Oh, there we are.
We'll say 1,500. I think that seems a fair price.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Minus 10% would be 150. 1,350 off of the 2,200 sale price
So let's get that back.
is 850 in total for the +2 plate armor.
Okay. Perfect.
That's a steal. So what's your AC going to be now? 24?
20.
Oh, just 20?
Just
okay.
20.
Okay.
But still, I'll take that.
Horace is suited up.
LD. I'm ready.
Definitely the session where you guys went.
Plate, is that the AC with your plate?
Yes.
Okay. What was it before?
18.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a big upgrade.
Hell. Well, I guess we need to go find that person now. Unless
Hey,
everybody else
there-
wants to buy some
Are there any
things.
tattoo shops around here?
Yeah, if you want like a regular ass tattoo.
But not like a armor tattoo.
No.
I
The
didn't think so.
barrier
Let's
barrier tattoos are like ridiculous. So no, you might have the only one that you're going to find in the campaign on Almyre.
Or gun
Just gonna be
shop,
honest.
gun shop anywhere. You know,
Yeah, is there just a gun around here?
And just
I bet AK-47.
interestingly, you do. We'll say that you, in the docks region, you do find a shop that's selling black powder for like cannons, out on the sea.
okay, guys,
Kind
I
of warehouse.
want to propose that to destroy the tower. I kind of want to see if we can get enough just gunpowder and just set up a bomb. I think that could be pretty interesting.
Pretty good. I'm good with that.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
fuck it, let's just
okay,
blow it up.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you can definitely buy like barrels of black powder if you'd like.
So I'm gonna save my gold and I'm done shopping.
Okay. All right. So while Horace is haggling, Almyre and Jeatz, would you like to follow this halfling?
Yes. Well, I'm gonna be following slowly, but
Is your movement speed halved at level 3?
I believe so at 3.
Okay. So Horace, we'll just say for
Because your
sick.
sword isn't with you.
Say what?
Yes, that would be it, John. That's because his sword, when not on him, or sorry,
Oh,
not on you.
god damn it! This has the new on there. Oh, it does say legacy. Disadvantage on abilities, speed is halved, and disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
So when are you able to bring it back to yourself?
I can do it at any time. I'm just
Oh, okay.
I'm just waiting.
Sorry, I'm just getting this. This
I'm
is
gonna
just-
spend the day like this until we have a free hour.
Okay, this will be the city street that you guys are on, by the way.
Okay.
We're gonna post up a Solarian outside the street here. And patrol here. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go and roll initiative. Just to keep you
Oh my
guys
God.
honest. And then Horace, what we'll do is we'll put you bottom in initiative, and then your first turn we'll just put you, call you in the surprised condition while you're haggling. So at the start of your second.
Makes double sense
turn.
because I did roll a 3, so
Oh, really? Okay.
I did even worse.
Wow.
So that's
Yeah,
9 for me.
9 for Almyre, and then Jeatz.
I either got an 18 unless I have to roll with disadvantage, and then I got a 5. If
Is initiative an ability check?
I don't think so. It would say you roll initiative with disadvantage. I think.
No, it is not. So what did you get? 18 or 13?
Yeah, an 18.
18. Okay. Let me roll in our friend here. Looks like only D20s. Not you, D20. You fucked me by my first roll being an one. Oh my god! I did it again!
Nat 1.
Sounds like Avery's getting fucked.
Another nat 1. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Feels bad.
So
You get for beating me
Jeatz,
in
you are
haggling.
I gave you so much fucking money. I was very lenient. Okay.
We've lost only one of those.
Okay, Jeatz, you are first up in initiative. We'll say that I guess you'll start inside the shop, and then Almyre, I'll put you here. As you see this, Horace point out that this halfling is walking by.
Okay, I'm gonna move out of the. I'm just gonna kind of walk up to him. Oh no, I'm gonna walk up to him and go. Are there other people on the street other than the?
Yeah. There's
Solarian,
lots of
okay.
other people. I'm just pointing out the Solarian because they would be the only like relevant.
Yeah. Okay. I walk up to him, and I'm not gonna walk like I'm gonna pretend like I'm walking like past him, but I would like to like fall out and like try to get him to help me. So like I would collapse to the ground and be like, because like I already look pretty exhausted. Like I look real bad.
Okay.
And try to grab his. And I try to get his attention.
Okay. Roll me a performance check, and we'll see how she responds.
Question.
You can roll it flat.
Since I'm trying to look bad.
I knew you were gonna ask.
I got a 17.
Avery gets nervous every time Caleb says question.
Oh boy, that's a dirty 20 for me. She looks at you and it does not appear that she...
Wait, I have things that I can do.
Okay.
I'm gonna...
She's a halfling.
When I make an ability check that fails, I can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll the d20. You must use the new roll.
Okay.
Okay, I got 16 that time.
Yeah, she definitely does not care.
Wait. Okay, cool. Cool.
And now you're prone.
Cool.
So that's fine.
Now you're.
Does anybody else try to help me?
That worked
Or do they
out
just say,
really
fuck
well.
you?
That worked out really well.
There are other people on the street. They look concerned, but it doesn't seem like they are rushing to aid you. At least not at the moment. Okay. That takes us to Almyre's turn.
Almyre's still looking in the shop. We're still.
Oh, what you said you saw the halfling out here, Horace?
Yes, I think Jeatz went after her, but I.
Yeah, you saw Jeatz leave.
Oh,
I
do
mean,
I
if you
see
need to-
outside that he's just on his ass? or
Yeah,
what?
you can kind of peer through the window and see that it looks like he's fallen over. You're not sure if it's intentional.
Oh my god.
If you want to keep shopping and buy something, I can go check on him if you want. I'm done.
Okay, just give me a call if you need me.
Will do. I guess I'm gonna try to head out. So I guess
All right,
Almyre,
Almyre,
if you wanna do whatever you want, or if you want to actually buy something.
Internet's really bad.
Oh,
I am still looking, but yeah. We'll just role play that and just.
so you're not leaving the shop at all?
No, I'm not leaving the shop yet.
Okay. So that takes us to the halfling's turn. She is going to walk past you, Jeatz, but is going to make a turn here around the corner.
Okay.
Okay, that will take us to Horace. You miss your first round because you're haggling. And then we'll go back to Jeatz. Your turn.
Okay.
I forgot.
I guess I'm gonna get up and kind of dust myself off.
Okay, spending half your movement to stand up.
Yep. And so I have only 15 feet. How does is the dude? So the dude's gone around the corner. The lady's gone around the corner. Is the Solarian still looking at us?
Oh yeah, I mean the Solarians saw you fall and then get back up. I mean they're keeping an eye on you.
Okay. So I stand up all wobbly and okay, and I just kind of start walking. And I guess I'm just gonna walk around
He's
that
had too
corner
much to
like
drink today.
I'm just gonna walk around that corner like it was the plan. Like that was where I was going, not that I'm following someone.
Okay. Where are you moving to exactly?
Oh, sorry.
You're still in the same square.
I'm gonna turn the corner, but I'm not gonna be like up on them yet.
Okay, so you're only moving that 5 feet.
Yeah, I don't want to like look like I'm following them.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, roll me a deception check, I guess.
Okay. That's 11.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything about that. Oh, well, did I fail?
No.
Okay.
Does he roll with disadvantage since he fell right behind?
Well, I rolled a disadvantage.
Yeah,
anyway.
he's rolling with
Oh, you
disadvantage
did.
already anyway.
Well, you're a really good actor.
Okay. Almyre, it takes us to your turn. You see Jeatz get up and disappear around the corner as well as the halfling.
Horace, they good?
He seems to have gotten up and walked around the corner, so he seems all right.
Oh shit. Should we follow him?
It might be good. He looks a little drunk, so he might need some help.
need some help.
We can't let him get this. Okay, let's go after him. So I'll walk out of the shop.
Alright.
Where's the door?
Horace
or what?
Here. Just underneath
Here,
this
okay,
tarp
5,
awning.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dash 5, 10. Oh, Jeatz, there you are.
Yes, sorry, you know me, you know how I've been feeling, and I try to say this loudly, but without like seeming like I'm trying to yell it, just like loud enough for the girl to hear, and I just say, oh, you know how it is when the moon encapsulates the sun. Eclipses can be so troubling.
Yes, I do understand what you mean, buddy.
Okay.
God.
What a successful exchange this has been. I say that
I
with
also like to talk to humans.
I say that with the implication that I'm trying to get
Buddy?
I'm trying to get him to like her to turn around and be like, Eclipse, what?
Okay. Almyre, is at the end of your turn. I'm going to save her reaction until.
Buddy, he is my dear.
I also understand, buddy. Might be my favorite thing you've ever said, Austin.
She turns around to look at the both of you and she says, "What the fuck do either of you want?" And she walks, she takes a few steps backwards to the edge of this building here, but maintaining eye contact.
Like she walks backwards, basically.
Yeah, she's taking steps backwards. Yeah.
Okay.
Almyre pulls out lines from Elf. You know, the code. And
I just
You are really
No, not really.
freaking
I don't
me out.
actually do.
Oh, okay. I was, yeah, she just leaves it at that and backs up and is giving you like a really sinister look.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you.
Explain yourself now.
Well,
You can't
Listen,
just say that around here. Do you know where you are?
no, I don't know. I don't know where I am at all.
I've been asking myself this for weeks. Where the fuck are we?
Princess language.
Okay. Okay, so I guess out of turn, Jeatz, roll me a persuasion check, and I guess I'll let you do it flat with, I suppose, Almyre's help, because it's very clear you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but in this case, it's actually helping you.
Okay. That's 26.
Yes. She says, okay, listen. If you are not coming after me for whatever reason, we can meet on my terms. Capiche?
Of course. I don't want to meet on any other terms.
Okay.
I don't think I have terms to argue.
In 3 hours, meet me outside the large warehouse in the docks district.
Okay.
Cool.
Sure.
And
Where's it now?
don't bring any friends.
Well, there is one more.
We
well,
would like to bring one.
Can I bring one more friend?
You
Can I
can't.
come up behind him?
Yeah. We'll say.
Can I roll to see if I trip?
Yeah.
and
It's
give you-
your. Yeah. So Horace, it is your turn next. So I'll say you can walk up behind them. But yeah, roll me a dexterity saving throw. We'll see if you trip on the same loose stone that Jeatz did.
I rolled a nat 20. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to
That
stumble
means
into
you did.
frame?
That means
Or-
you did trip. 100%.
I do want to trip. on
Okay,
that,
yeah. You perfectly perform the ultimate trip and like land right at Almyre's feet.
Oh, like
God.
Kramer.
Ah. I'm so sorry. Hey, buddy.
Can I provide a visual reference to what happens?
Sure.
Okay. Continue talking. I will send a video.
She says, okay, you get a +1, but that's it. And no funny business.
One more question.
What?
Horse,
What are your thoughts-
Horse
Horse
thinking of glitter. I think I
what are
might
your
have one.
thoughts on fairies?
Fucking gods above. Fine. If you happen to have a fucking pixie, then bring it.
I've got one
wait.
more question.
What do you think about chameleons?
Lizard Scout.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? And at that, we'll end our session.
Oh,
Oh my god.
What do you think of Beppo?
Okay. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, everyone.